Okay, welcome back. Well, I shouldn't say welcome back, but welcome. This is the welcome and orientation video for Stat 142. This is general education statistics, and I am Mr. Kovalt. I'm the instructor for this class, and so welcome. So I'm looking forward to being the person who you are going to be watching on the lecture videos and in class, who's going to be helping you understand the material. And so I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and helping you guys. So in this welcome video, I'm going to go through the syllabus and the Canvas site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where everything's located. I'm not going to give you all the details. I'm going to leave it up to you to peruse the website, to read the syllabus, and realize as I go through this is a welcome video that I use for multiple classes. So the syllabus is not going to probably be the exact syllabus that you're going to have, but it is going to be very similar. So I'm going to go through the syllabus, and again, I require that you read it on your own. Okay, so but I'm going to highlight the syllabus, things in the syllabus. I'm going to highlight things in the Canvas the way I have it organized, but realize that due dates, the details may be different in your course shell on Canvas, and the details in the syllabus may be different as far as the class schedule and your classroom and your times that we're meeting and so on and so forth. So again, don't take this video as, hey, this is the, for your particular class. And so don't email me saying, hey, Mr. C, I noticed on the video you have this dates and that, and it doesn't match with what I have. I'm a little confused. It's not necessarily going to match. Remember, again, I'm going to go through the syllabus. My syllabi are pretty much almost exactly the same from class to class because, of course, when I teach multiple classes, I set it up pretty much the same way. Okay, so now in this welcome video, realize that this is geared towards an 8-week course. Okay, so again, my syllabus is 8 weeks. And so keep that in mind as you're watching this. This is for this class, which is an 8-week class. Okay, so, but again, the details may be a little different, but again, read the syllabus, go through the website, familiarize yourself with the Canvas, and make sure you understand everything. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. Okay, so let's jump right in. So a couple of things. When you go into the course, this is what it's going to look like, something like this. Okay, this is the home page. And so here's where I go. So basically you're going to go through, and I'm going to, oh good, it's there. Okay, so here's the way I have it set up. Okay, so if I go to student view, this is what you're going to see. Okay, so everything on the site is what you're going to see. Okay, now I'm going to get out of student view because I want to show you more than what you're probably going to see, and then explain things along the way. So again, where do you go for the welcome video? Well, it's going to be under modules, and again, look out for announcements because I go through the announcements, or I send an announcement at the beginning of class showing you where this lecture video is or telling you where it is. So please make sure you pay attention to where the announcements are. And the announcements are all right here. So in the announcements, it will tell you, again, I've got some more announcements here. Here's the welcome, right? So here's my welcome email. So look out for that. And so then where you're going to find the welcome video is going to be under modules. And so right under here, so let's go through this. So this you're not going to see. This is just, that's just an example. But here, this is where you're going to begin, right? Course overview, about your instructor, course resources, course question and answer. So again, make sure you go through these and take your time and familiarize yourself with them. And then here's the textbook. So you don't have to necessarily buy the textbook. I've got the textbook in PDF form here. I've also got these PowerPoint decks. These are PowerPoint presentations that I put together, that I modified for this class. I don't no longer use them because this is a flipped classroom, and so I put them on here for you to have as an additional resource to help you study, to help you learn the material. Okay, so I think they're very valuable, else I would not put them on here. You don't have to go through them, but again, I think they're very worth going through. You can use them to take notes on and study from. There's other examples in here with solutions. And I go through and I explain things in the PowerPoints. So again, just something as an additional resource. And then of course, here's the Excel homework solutions. So you'll find the solutions. Now there's only 2 here right now, but you'll find the solutions here, and I make them available as they're due. So again, that's where you're going to find the solutions to the Excel homework. Okay, so now here's week 0. Now week 0, because this is a flex class, is that the week before classes start, I open the Canvas site so that you guys can look around and that you guys can get a head start if you want. And I highly recommend, because this is an 8-week course, get started on it right away, okay? Because this class will go fast. And I do cover all of the material that I would cover in a 16-week course. So let me start off by saying this, is that I want you to make sure that you understand that this is going to go fast and that this is going to be a tough course. It's a tough course for a 16-week course, and so it's even going to be doubly tough because now you've got to go twice the speed, right, to cover the same amount of material. So you're covering the 16 weeks of material in an 8-week course. So here's what I'm going to tell you right from the get-go. I'm very candid about this. If you are not prepared, if you are not in the right mind frame that you're going to be putting your time into this class, and that you're going to watch the lecture videos, read the textbook, start doing the homework, and start managing your time. When I say manage your time, you're going to have to dedicate a fair amount of time every day into this class if you want to pass. If you're not ready to make that commitment, please drop the course and take it some other time when you have either the commitment level, or take it during a fall or spring semester so you have the 16 weeks. But I'm telling you, you're going to need the time, okay? Because this will go fast, and again, if you're not prepared and you don't keep up with the material, it will snowball on you, and you'll feel like you're drowning. So, word to the wise: make sure you're ready to take this class. If not, like I said, it would not hurt my feelings. It would probably be best for you to just withdraw and just go take it another time. Okay? So anyway. So I'm assuming that if you're ready, then let's go forward. Okay, so here's the thing. So you're going to go through. So I have a lot of good information here for you. You can, this is where you're going to submit right here. This is where you're going to submit the last 2 pages of the syllabus. I do give extra credit for submitting the last 2 pages of the syllabus, but they have to be submitted before the deadline. So the deadline is right here. Obviously, this date may be different in the syllabus and on your Canvas, but again, it gives the due date, okay? Once the due date passes, you don't get the extra credit for turning it in, okay? I'd love, still turn it in, but you don't get the extra credit. I'm a stickler about that too. It's extra credit, so if you miss the deadline, c'est la vie. And then here's week 1. So now here's the way I have it done. Since this is the flex class, we meet 1 day a week. Whether we meet on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or whatever day of the week we meet, we're going to meet 1 day a week. So you're going to have material that you're going to have to cover before we meet for class. So you're going to have lecture videos and things to do before class. Then during class, we're going to go through questions and answers, and during class is the time that we're going to practice what you've been learning in the lecture videos. What do I mean by that? Well, when you come in, I want to know what questions you have, where did you get stuck, what didn't make sense in the lecture videos, what problems in the homework are you getting stuck on, what about the Excel homework, are you getting stuck on that, what don't you understand? In class, I'm going to start off class focusing on all of the things that you are struggling with, you as an individual, you as a student, okay? Because I want to help you understand the material. And every student is going to be different, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm answering the questions that you guys are struggling with, you as an individual are struggling with, because then that's more student-centered. That's going to help you. If you're okay with the material, fantastic. A lot of the time that we're going to be using in class is going to be for you guys to work on homework, because you guys are going to be watching lecture videos outside of class, and you guys are going to be doing homework outside of class. I want to make sure that I give you time in class to work on homework, to ask questions, to get clarification, and to get understanding of things that didn't make sense. Okay? Okay, that's what I want to use the class time for. Okay, so that's going to be very important. Now, to make sure that this works for you, you need to make sure you're keeping up the lecture videos. If you don't keep up with the lecture videos, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, so before class, so the way I have my module, so week 1, notice it, here's your to-dos for before this week's class. So if you go in here, notice here everything you need to do. Okay, and then if I back up a little bit, and then what happens now is the to-do list, right? So here's all of the lecture videos, right? So if you look at the to-do list, here are the lecture videos listed into the to-do list. So you need to have all these lecture videos watched before class. So again, whether we meet on a Tuesday the first week, or whether we meet on a Wednesday or Thursday, you've got to manage your time, because the same amount of material needs to be covered, whether we're meeting on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, well, probably not on a Friday, but we're going to be meeting those days. Okay, so be aware, you're going to want to get a head start. Even though if we meet on a Tuesday, you're going to have to get started on the material for that week earlier, okay? Because we've got about an hour and a half of material here that you need to watch for class that week, okay? Before class. And then during class, we're going to jump right in. We're going to start answering questions, okay? So the more questions you have, the better the use of the time. And if you don't have questions, then that's great, because then I'll devote more time to you guys working on the homework and on the Excel homework and on things that you need to work on for the homework and stuff. So, and then if you get stuck on the homework in class, well, guess what? I'll be there, and you can ask me questions right there in person. That way you don't have to worry about emailing me and worrying about whether I'm going to respond to email fast enough. So again, that's another reason why I love the way I have this set up, is because now you'll have me in class to ask questions. Again, you can still ask me questions outside of class, but I'll be available in class every week for you to ask questions of me when you get stuck on a homework problem right there in class. Okay, so now that's, again, before class, you're going to do this stuff, and then after class, I've got another to do, and all the stuff needs to be done before Friday. So here's all the stuff that you need to do, and things that are due before Friday. Now you'll have things that will be due during the week, right? Maybe even the night of the class, or you'll have things that are due at the end of the week on Fridays. Okay, so again, make sure you pay attention to the syllabus, which we'll go over in a moment. Okay, so now, let's see here. Okay, so now if we go back, so then if you notice here, we have the due dates. Okay, so you see here, you've got due dates. Here's homework number 2, and you've got homework number 1 due here. So you've got everything that's in here. So everything that I have in the syllabus, as you'll see, is also in Canvas. Now, the other thing too is every week is designed the exact same. Okay. Now, if you go over here to assignments, I've got all of the assignments already here as well. So if you can go to the assignments, you can see the assignments here. Okay, now they'll only be available week by week, so you're not going to see all these assignments all at once. But as the weeks become published, you'll be able to see these homeworks along with the due date. So you have two places you can go. You can go to assignments, or you can go to modules and go to that particular week or the current week to see what is due. Okay, and now, okay, so I do have the textbook. I wanted to mention, oh yeah, yes, I did mention the textbook. Sorry about that. And now, so that's pretty much the whole structure of the class as far as the modules go. On the side, or is there anything else? So the main things you're going to see is you're going to see announcements. Hold on. So you're going to see home screen, then you're going to see announcements. Here's where the syllabus is. That's where you're going to find the syllabus and all due dates, assignments, grades, and then that's pretty much the ones that you're going to see. And again, if you go to your Canvas, peruse it. Again, familiarize yourself with it. Okay, now let's jump into the syllabus. So I have the syllabus already up since I already told you where it's going to be. So now here is the syllabus. Now again, I'm just going to go through the things that I think are important for you to know right now. Okay, so again, and keep in mind that the details of the syllabus may not match exactly with what you have with your particular class. Okay, so here's the title of everything for the class. Now again, this is an 8-week course, so everything you're going to see is based on 8 weeks. And so keep in mind that that is what we're doing. Okay, hold on. Okay, so in this case here, we've got the classroom. So this is where, this is where the classroom meeting is going to be. These are the times, these are the days, and then the hours, of course, my contact information, my information, textbook information. Again, the textbook is on Canvas. And this is the graphing calculator. Now, I wrote a T84. If you have a T83, that's fine. You will be missing some functions that will be important later on in the semester. So a T84, a T85 is fine. If you do get anything higher than that, don't ask me how to operate it. You'll have to use Google or read the manual. So again, prerequisites, I'm not going to go. Here's a course description, this and that. So here. This is the grading scale, okay? So here's how I'm grading you, okay? Now, these are the weights. Now, this is not a course where you're just going to be able to add up all the points and divide by the total number of points and get your grade in the class. This is a weighted average for your course grade, which is in most science classes, most math classes, it's a weighted average of your scores because exam points are not weighted the same as homework points. Okay, so you can't just add up all the points you've earned and divide by the total number of points. I know some students will do that. That's wrong. Okay, in Canvas, I will have the column that has the grades, so it'll be the one grade that you get on your phone or your mobile device of some sort. Now, I try to keep up with that. Sometimes I forget, but realize the column in Canvas that has your grade is the one that has it's basically says weighted total of some sort like that. Again, if you're ever curious, ask me. Just reach out and ask me. But realize this is a weighted average for your grade, okay? Okay, so here's the information about the lecture videos. Again, you must read the lecture videos before you come to class for that week. Okay, so again, pay attention to the syllabus. Okay, read this. Okay, so again, if you're having questions about this material, watch the syllabus, email me, come to class, ask questions. Okay, the key to being successful is you got to watch the lecture videos. If you don't watch the lecture videos, it's like skipping class. Okay, because what I do not do is I do not lecture when you come to class on whatever day of the week you come. My job is not to lecture again. I'm already lecturing in the lecture videos. So now, what will I do in class? I will answer questions. We'll go over homework. We'll do problems. We'll go over examples. We'll cover things that you're confused by. If you didn't understand something, or if you have a question or a problem that you got stuck on, bring them up, email them to me. In fact, one of the things I love is when students will email all their questions and they'll tell me, hey, can you cover this in class this week? Or can you go over this problem? Or hey, I didn't understand this problem in the homework. Can you go over one similar to it? Or can you go over this one? You know, do that. That is awesome. Okay. So again, that's what the lecture videos are for. Okay. Okay, exams. There will be 3 exams. I do not give makeup exams. You will be given a window to take the exam. Each exam, you'll have a certain amount of time to take the exam, and that's it. So if you don't take the exam and you miss it for whatever reason, it's a 0. Okay, I don't budge on that unless you are pregnant with a doctor's note saying that you couldn't take the exam because of some problem, preeclampsia or something dealing with the pregnancy. That's it. Okay. Let's see here. Other than that, you will have 7 days. After the exam is graded, you'll have 7 days to reach out to me with any questions about the exam, whether I made a mistake or grading or points taken off or whatever you want to talk to me about with regard to the exam. You have 7 days. After 7 days, you can talk to me. I will not make any changes to the exam after that. Reason why is because I have students in the past that will wait till the very end and they'll be like on the cutoff of passing, or they'll be on the cutoff of getting a B or an A or something like that. And then they'll inundate with me with questions, questioning everything from all the homeworks and all the exams, trying to get points to push them over to the next grade. I won't do that. Okay, so you have 7 days to bring up any challenges or to ask me any questions about the exam, and then after that, it's done. I don't make any changes. Even if it turns out that I did make a mistake, it's in stone. It doesn't change. Okay, so word to the wise. Don't wait. You know, oh, and I do post the solutions to the exam, or not the solutions, but I do post, you do have access to ask questions and see the exam answers, I believe. Okay, maybe not. Homework is different than exams. Maybe you don't, but I can always go in and check the exam if you have a question, so that's not a big deal. Here's where you're going to find the tentative exam dates. Okay, so again, double check. These may not match with what you have, but this is where you're going to find the exam dates here, but I also have them in the class schedule too. So again, I have them in multiple places, even on Canvas. I want to make sure you guys know when things are due. Okay, homework. There's going to be homework. I do drop the lowest 3 homework scores. Again, I do not accept any late homework for any reason. I drop the 3 lowest scores. So if you miss a day or you forget to do a homework problem, or something comes up, or you have technical issues, whatever the case may be, you can always count the missed homework as one of your lowest grades and it'll be dropped. So it's not a big deal. Let's see, there will be the suggested homework. You can always work on the homework problems at the end of each chapter for practice. And if you have any questions about those, you're more than welcome to bring them up in class or email me. Practice exams, there may or may not be practice exams. Usually I do not do practice exams, but if I do have practice exams, they'll be on Canvas. If you do not see practice exams, then I don't have any, okay? Excel projects, there will be Excel homework that's due. Again, look in Canvas for how many there are. Now, I do drop the lowest Excel homework too. So again, I do not accept any late homework when it comes to Excel projects. Now, here's the thing. You must, and I repeat, listen to me, you must use Excel functions and you must follow the directions for the Excel homework. Now, I do have helpful videos. You must watch the videos. If you're confused, if you've never used Excel before, that's totally fine. You do not have to have any prior experience with Excel to do the homework problems and to do the homework assignments and get 100% on them. Okay, watch the videos and ask questions, but do not ask me questions if you have not watched the videos, and I will know whether you watch the videos or not. Okay. Also, read the instructions for the Excel homework very carefully. I give in the homework instructions all of the functions that you're going to need to use in the assignment. What I do not want you to do is not use the Excel functions. What I don't want to see is you just putting numbers into cells into the Excel homework, okay? There are going to be very few times, like for example in the beginning when you're making graphs, where you're going to enter data into the cells. That's one thing. But most of the time, you're going to be asked to calculate something. And the way you're going to calculate it is by using Excel functions. You are not going to use your calculator and then just type in the numbers. That will give you a 0 on the assignments. I'm telling you. I can't tell you how many semesters that go by, and every semester I'm giving students 0s because all they did was turn in an Excel file with just numbers typed in and using no Excel functions, okay? I've got to be able to click on all of your cells and see that you're using Excel functions where you're supposed to be using Excel function. And if you have any questions or any doubts, ask. Okay, it's always better to ask than to find out that you got a 0 and there's no, once it's turned in and you get a 0, it's a 0, okay? Okay, so extra credit. Final exam, of course, is a comprehensive final exam at the end of the semester. It's very similar. All the exams and the final exam are similar to the homework. It's similar to homework problems in the textbook. It's similar to the problems that we'll work to in class. It'll be a mixture of multiple choice, short answer, essay type questions. So be prepared. Okay, so it could be, it's like I said, a mixture of lots of different types of problems. You will have plenty of time to take the exam. I believe you get 4 hours to take the exam, which is an extremely generous amount of time, okay? But once you start the exam, you have to finish the exam, okay? You will not be able to stop taking the exam once you start it. You must finish the exam before the due time, okay? If you wait till 2 hours before it's due to take the exam, then you will only get 2 hours, okay? And at exam time, it will stop and it will submit all of your answers once the exam is done, okay? So again, make sure you find a place where you're not going to be disturbed. Make sure that your internet connection is strong, and make sure that if anyone else is using the internet in the apartment or the house or wherever, that you let them know that you've got an exam, because you will not be able to get out of or email me saying, hey, you had connection issues and you couldn't finish the exam. I'm going to say, sorry. But here's the other thing too. I strongly suggest that you do all of the problems on notebook paper for 2 reasons. One, if you do have connection issues, you will still have access to the exam. You'll still be able to scroll up and down, and you'll be able to finish the exam on paper within the allotted amount of time. And you will have to email me. But the thing is you will need to let me know immediately that you're having internet issues. And by the way, I will also be still holding you accountable to the time, because I will also still know when you started the exam. And if you email me the solutions after the exam time is over, you will get a 0 on the exam. I am serious about that, and I have done it, and I will keep doing it. Okay, so I've had students try to pull fast ones with me saying, trying to turn it in after the fact, okay, and saying that they had connection issues. So I do allow, and by the way, I've had it only happen twice in 3 years that I've been doing online exams where students have had technical issues. So it is a very rare case. And unfortunately, those 2 cases, they did not write down the problems in notebooks. So I'm going to tell you, while you're working on an exam, you're going to have to write down the problem anyway and work it out on a lot of these. So if you're going to do it on notebook paper, one, you'll have it there to study from, right? And then you can go back and study from it for the final, right? So it'll give you something to study with. The other thing too is, again, if you run into connection issues, and again, usually if you run into connection issues, 4 hours, right? Your connectivity should come back within 4 hours, and then you'll still be able to type in your answers and submit. So again, like I said, it's a very rare occasion that somebody loses internet for a very long period of time where they can't finish the exam. But again, if you write down all the answers, then you'll be able to email me pictures, or you can scan with Cam Scanner, and you can send me and email me those pictures of the exam and of your solutions. Okay, so that is the only exception to the rule. And again, it's rare that that's happened. Okay, so again, just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's move on. Attendance. You get attendance points. You get 2 points per day. If you're late, you lose a point. If you leave early, lose a point. So if you come late and leave early, or if you don't show up, you lose both points. Okay, so again, attendance is not a huge percentage of your grade, but it is a decent percentage that could keep, if you miss a bunch of class, it could cost you the difference between one grade and another if you're borderline at the end of the semester. And again, when it comes to the end of the semester grades, I don't curve. Okay, so I very rarely curve exam scores and homework scores or anything like that. So again, word to the wise, keep that in mind. Let's see, anything else? Withdrawals, pay attention to the withdrawal date. Okay, that's going to be right here. Obviously, again, check your syllabus. Let's see, additional resources, counseling. Again, this is stuff that you can read on your own. Here, important dates. I usually put the important dates, like if there's any dates that we're not going to have class. By the way, dates that we don't have class, like Thanksgiving, Labor Day, Christmas, Christmas doesn't matter, but Labor Day, what else? 4th of July, things like that. Things that come up where we don't have classes. Most classes, in fact, most holidays, most recess or breaks don't affect our class because of the way our class is structured. You're watching lecture videos. You're working on things at home. So whether we have class or not does not affect our schedule. So keep that in mind. Okay? Please keep that in mind. The due dates, what we cover in class, or if we don't meet that class, you're still responsible for making sure that you've had the lecture videos watched before that class, and make sure that you have all the lecture videos watched after that class. Okay? So again, if you have any questions, let me know. And finally, here's some study tips for success. This works for all classes, okay? Not just mine, okay? So read that. And then, of course, here's the course objectives, course competencies, and then you have your Excel computer competencies that you will learn throughout this class. And then calculator competencies you're going to learn. So the calculator is going to be your best friend. We're going to do a majority of the work with the calculator. There's not going to be a lot of memorizing of formulas, okay? There is going to be some, but not a lot. The calculator is going to be the main tool we're going to use. And then finally, well, not finally, but almost, here's the end. Here's our tentative schedule. So this is where you're going to find everything you need to do. That's also basically the mirror image of what's in Canvas, okay, and what I've already talked about. Okay, so everything you need to know that's due is also here in the syllabus, okay? And you will find the same material, the same information on Canvas, okay? If you find something that doesn't make sense, or you see something that doesn't match, please let me know, because there are times that I miss things. Please let me know. Okay, send me an email, say, hey, something's not matching in Canvas, or hey, this date doesn't look right, or can you check it out? I do miss things from semester to semester, because as I'm changing things and redoing things from the syllabus from semester to semester, I do tend to miss things from time to time. So just send me a quick email, and I'll make sure I look into it and fix it. Other than that, by the way, so I have, for example, like for example, here I have on Wednesday, I have exam 1 opens. So you have from Wednesday till Friday, it looks like. So in this example here, it says the exam 1 opens Wednesday. So that would be at midnight on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning at midnight. And then you would have Wednesday, Thursday, up till Friday at 11:59 to take the exam. So that's what this is saying right here. So again, I'm make sure you go through the syllabus and make sure you understand when things open and when things are due. Okay. And then, of course, that's it. So everything is in here in the tentative class schedule. If I make any changes to the syllabus, I will email you, or I will put an announcement in the Canvas. But most likely, I will just email you. Okay? So again, if I make a change, which is usually in the schedule, or any other changes, or if there's a mistake I made and I make changes, I always communicate those changes or any other information or any other updates about the class. I will always communicate that through email. So please make sure you check your email regularly. And furthermore, which I didn't say, but it's up here under email. Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, additional information right here. So when you send me an email, do not expect me to drop everything and email you, okay? Because I might be in a class, I might be traveling, I might be commuting between campuses. There's lots of things that I might be doing. So you need to give me at least 24 hours to respond. Now, the other thing too is I do not respond to email after 3 p.m. on Fridays. Okay? Where is it at? Right here at the bottom. So after 3 p.m. on Fridays, if you email me, do not expect to get an email before Monday morning. Okay? So again, if there's something due, like an exam on Sunday, or if there's something due on Sunday, best to get your questions answered rather, before Friday at 3 p.m. Now, you can email me. I might answer, but chances are I won't. Okay? So again, you know now that on the weekends, I'm not going to be responding to emails. So if you have questions, realize that I'm not going to respond to those most likely until Monday morning. Okay? So it's going to be your responsibility to make sure you have everything covered for anything that's due on Sunday or on Friday. Okay? But again, most of everything I have is due Fridays, so because I don't want things due on the weekend. But there are, well, but anyway, if you have any questions, again, ask me during class, ask me during the week. But again, weekends, I'm off. Okay? Again, in the important dates. Okay, so back to here. Oh, and final 2 pages. Okay, so these are the 2 pages that I want you to turn in for extra credit. And the first page is a student information page. So this is just for me to get to know you a little bit. Again, you can share as much as you want. It's all held in confidence. So again, I want to know a little bit about yourself. You're going to get to know me a little bit in class. I'm going to share information about myself. I want you guys to get to know me, and so on. So there's that. And then the last page is a signature page that you need to sign, complete, sign, and date, and then return back to me before the deadline. Again, check the syllabus, check Canvas for the deadline if you want the extra credit points. Okay? If you turn it in after the deadline, I'll be glad to take it. I'd love to take it, but you won't get the extra credit for it. Okay? Okay, so that is pretty much all I have for you. So again, I want to welcome you to the class. Please, this is going to be a fun class, but take it seriously. Be prepared. Get started early rather than later. It'll be a lot easier for you. And then manage your time. Make sure that you work on the material every single day. Okay, again, depending on your work schedule, what other obligations you have. Again, you're in control of your time management. You know your schedule better than me. But my main thing is you've got to make sure you schedule time every day, or 3 times a week, whatever your schedule is, weekends, to keep up with the material. Okay, so do what works for you, but make sure you stay on top of it. Okay, and again, like always, I'll be here if you have any questions or need any help. And with that, you have a great night or a great evening or a great morning, and I'll see you in class. Take care.